Alright, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Lunch Money Podcast, episode 9. So, welcome back. If this is your first time here, this is my co-host Frank. My name's Ken, and we just talk about some random stuff. But today, I had to pick the topic. Frank.
Well, okay, wait. I think we should preface by saying the idea behind this was that we were kind of stuck about what to do for the topic, and we were like, we have some ideas that are like, we have some ideas for the future, like we don't want to do them now, like we have some things that would happen like in the future.
We're cooking.
But then last night I came up with the idea of like, okay, so for the next 2 episodes we know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So this episode, Ken came up with the idea, and I don't know what it is.
Yes.
Next episode that comes out, or the episode right after this,
Mm-hmm.
I will come up with the idea, and Ken won't know what it is.
Correct. So yeah, I was chosen for this, and I think I came up with a pretty solid topic. I think we should just jump right into it, unless you have some things you want to recap on.
No, everything in Philadelphia sports is dying.
Okay, cool. Anyway, in other news, the FIFA World Cup is going to be held at MetLife Stadium. And
yeah, what a joke.
And so I've been getting these TikToks of like you've been to MetLife, right?
No, because I don't travel to North Jersey.
All right.
It's such a dumb decision. I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll hold my peace.
The TikToks and the Instagram
I think I know what
videos,
TikToks you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like people coming from other countries trying to figure out the New Jersey, like, I guess, like, way into getting into MetLife. It is so difficult when, like, on the turnpike, the exits, everything, and then having to leave is the worst part of that stadium, is leaving. And so I keep getting TikToks that, like, people coming from out of country trying to figure out these exit signs, and it's like 5 exit signs, trying to leave MetLife. It's also, it's a turf field, so that sucks.
It's such a stupid decision. Like, this is the biggest sporting event in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless of what your feelings are on soccer.
Yeah.
Because it's called soccer.
It is called soccer, unless you speak another language.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah. Another
football.
Language.
Yeah.
But if you speak English, it's soccer.
Yes.
There are so many other, like, this is, like, okay, wait, I just lost my entire train of thought. Biggest sporting event in the world, depending on what your feelings on soccer are, that's the non-negotiable statement.
Yeah.
It is the biggest sporting event in the world.
Literally almost every country is a part of it.
And they didn't choose, Dallas. I hate Dallas, but they didn't choose AT&T. They didn't choose the $1 billion stadium that they just built in LA.
Yep, far. No.
Let's put it in New Jersey.
Let's put it MetLife.
What a stupid decision.
So
Actually,
dumb.
what a stupid decision.
I'm very interested to see how it works out. But again, a lot of people are interested in the turf field itself, because turf is just terrible. So I'm very interested to see that. But I guess that's the only, like, news that I have to share. I don't really know if anything else happened. But yeah, we'll just get right into this episode, because I think my topic here is going to take a pretty good portion of it.
Oh, no.
And so I was thinking to myself, like, what topic could we do that you wouldn't need prep for? Because like the top 10 albums, the top 10 songs, like you need to prep for that shit. The I don't even know what other lists we've done, but for the most part we've prepped almost every single episode. So I'm thinking to myself, what does Frank what can I give to Frank that he doesn't have to prep
You're
for?
making this like a gift. Like this is a presentation of like, here is your
I
episode.
feel like I have to plead my case for you to enjoy this, but it's really not that bad. So I thought,
You're scared, like just the way
no,
you're like, you don't need prep. I promise it
you
won't
don't.
be that
It's
bad.
not. It's
It's
not. It
fine.
is.
Everything's
Everything's fine.
fine.
Everything's fine. Being that it's our ninth episode, I feel like we could give you guys some more input and some more information about ourselves. So I have a list of questions that have been written down that we can answer to get let you guys know a little bit more about ourselves. Yeah.
So wait, so where does the ninth episode correlate? Do you have 9 questions or?
No. It's just I feel like 9 episodes in, we haven't really given much to the audience about who we are. So, I mean,
I no, no, it's
the
fine.
the
I
ninth
was just
episode
saying
has
you
nothing
had
to
said
do.
like the way you presented was like, because it's the ninth episode, and then with there
Well,
I was thinking like, oh, she has 9 questions, or like
no,
something's
I
gonna
mean I
have
could
to do
have
with
nine
question number 9.
questions. I could, but at the same time, like instead of us doing this like first 2 or 3 episodes, we're already like 9 deep. So I feel like this would be a good time, and it's all written on here. It's really I'm gonna pick and choose some, and then depending on the timing, then I'll add more or something.
I could, I could have chose 9, but I chose 50.
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 questions. I'll stick with like the solid 10 and then we'll see where we're at in time. But Frank and I will both be answering these questions. It's just more of a surprise for Frank than it is for me for these questions. But we're not going to take so long thinking about the answers. It's just going to be kind of like offer it, but we can go into detail about the answer.
Okay,
So, my first
I like the
animal,
idea.
my first question:
My first animal.
if you could be any animal, what would you be? That's, I was reading the question as I was saying that. If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Shark,
Why?
because I love sharks.
Okay.
They're so cool.
I I would be a bald eagle.
Squawk!
Or squat. You cut out. They're so bad. I would say a bald eagle or an otter.
Okay, otter was the one I didn't expect.
Yeah.
I would say shark. I don't know. I really like wolves.
Wolves are
But I feel like
sick.
but I feel like wolves is really basic.
I mean,
Shark or wolf? I'm gonna go shark or wolf.
okay. I feel like you're built like a wolf.
Okay.
Anyway, what would be your superpower?
Oh, time manipulation.
Time manipulation.
Yep.
Do you have any reason to why you would choose that one, or is it just oh, sorry. You really jumped like right on the gun with that.
Because other ones are like boring. Like they're all basic.
Mm.
Um, Anybody who knows me, they know that my favorite video game series is the Life is Strange series,
Mm.
and the main power is being able to move time backwards.
Okay.
So I always thought that was cool anyway, like just
Mhm.
moving time, because time's not real, obviously.
No.
And So being able to like manipulate it, oh, it's that would be awesome.
Okay. Time
You know how like
manipulation.
you know how much like smarter you would be because you could take a test and then like go back and then retake the test knowing what you know already.
I mean, I guess so when you put it like
Like
that.
how many life situations like is this like a superpower to use for good?
Mhm.
Because oh, we have to use it for good.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean,
Not that
it
I would
would
use it for like not that I would use it for like launder money, but like just like for me.
do what you want with your superpower, I
All
guess.
right, then yeah, time manipulation.
Okay. Um, I'm between flying or or like telekinesis.
Like moving things, like the force,
Like, yeah, like yeah, I would say the best way
like
to describe it would
like
be.
like a Jedi.
I was watching Star Wars the other night, and that's what made me think of it. Um,
You're like a Jedi. That's what they said in Stranger Things. You could be
yeah,
like you could be like 11.
yes. I already shaved my head once. I'm not doing it again for a while. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
What's the time period?
Now?
Okay, so it's like present day.
Like, if you could travel anywhere right now,
Okay.
where would you go?
Do you have your answer?
I do.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Japan.
That's
Or
a good
I
one.
or Iceland.
Oh, there's a lot of places.
You could pick two.
I would say Italy
Oh, I love Italy.
or Alaska,
Alaska. Okay.
Northern Lights.
Yeah, I mean that's where I was going for Iceland too. And also just like the geographical kind of element.
Yeah, Alaska's cool. I mean, South Africa too.
Mhm. I went
Mm.
to Italy when I was a kid, but I was like 4 or 5, so I have very small amounts of memories from there. Um, but it it's definitely one of the places that I would love to go back to now that I'm older and I'll be able to actually be able to experience it.
Mm.
Um, Japan is always has always been a dream of mine. I don't feel as if I'm prepared to go to
I'd go to
Japan yet.
Japan too. That's probably number three.
I'm like I feel like you need to prepare to go to Japan, but also you can't just spend like a couple days there or like a week there. You need to spend like at least a month there to really get
Wow.
yeah, to really get like the whole like every part like there's so many different parts of Japan and to really be able to I don't know like you need to be in it for
Experience it.
yeah, like you need to actually experience each part of it. You can't just like go to one part one day, the next part the next day. Like you need to spend some time in each part. Um, but before I go, I would definitely love to like learn some of the language, learn some of the city about the cities and everything, and just kind of like plan it out thoroughly. Because I feel
Mm.
like if you just go to Japan, you're not gonna fully enjoy it because you're not prepared enough for
Yeah,
it. If that makes sense. Um, and
I'd go to
also,
Japan. Japan looks cool.
yeah, I, I, it's my dream. My, I have so many Japanese things. I have the Raven here.
Australia.
Ooh,
Australia's a good one.
that's a really good one. Great Barrier
The,
Reef,
the spiders are the size of dogs, but Australia.
like Lethal Company. You just
Yeah.
hear the pitter patter of the legs.
Yippee! Yeah.
Australia's a good one. They got kangaroos. No,
Australia's a good one. They got kangaroos.
it's just Koalas.
Koalas, they have STDs.
They do. STD. I believe
I
it's
learned that from,
syphilis.
yes, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that from Theo Vaughn.
I knew that for some reason.
Because Theo Vaughn said they should be worried about me. What's the next question, Ken?
What's your biggest fear? Do you have a biggest fear? I'll go
I,
first to make it
I
easier.
I have a big fear and then I have irrational fears.
Okay. What's your big fear?
My big fear would probably be losing those I care about.
Oh, that's so sad.
And then my like I have like a couple like irrational fears. Like I have one like I'm not okay. I'm not scared of the dark.
Okay.
I think being scared of the dark is very like broad and like like interpreted.
Okay.
I'm scared of when I can't see in the dark.
Okay. Like
Like
it's
if it's dark
so.
outside and I can see, like it's
Mm,
fine because I know where I am. Like if I can't see,
like
that's
it's
scary.
just. Okay. I feel you.
Um, and then my other irrational fears. I always am afraid. This is really dumb. That whenever I leave my house,
Mm-hmm.
not here because there's always someone like going in and out of it. When
Yeah.
I leave my house, like and I'm the only one at home, and the fridge isn't shut, and like all the food goes bad, and it's my fault, dude. Oh my god, it's it scares me.
Is that like a common thing? Has that happened to you before? Or is that like something like
Well,
because that's
the
kind of
thing,
like so I've never heard of that.
so we had a fridge one time where they wouldn't like the doors would close,
Mm,
but like sometimes they wouldn't.
okay.
Like if you closed it normally, they closed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like did it in passing, like you're walking away and like you closed it while you're walking
Oh,
away,
and then like it
they
doesn't
wouldn't like
close.
close.
Okay.
So what we used to do is we put those the baby locks, you know, the ones that keep
Yeah.
the door from opening.
Yep.
We put the baby lock on it so like when you closed it and locked it, you knew it was closed.
Okay.
But now we don't have that anymore.
Right.
So like you just gotta trust that like it's closed.
That's I've never ever
It's scary, isn't
I
it?
never feared about that before. I guess it is.
But it's scary now, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. Like I was going to say heights. I was going to say heights. Um
I've never been like scared of heights.
nah.
I feel like uncomfortable up like when
Nah.
I'm up high, but like I
Like
could do it.
the ladder that goes up to my attic. I can't do it. It takes me a hot minute to get up that ladder. One because the ladder's like not sturdy at all. But like my dad and sister go up like this, like no problem. Um and like my dad weighs more than I do. So when he goes up the stairs and I'm like, "Oh, if it could hold him, it could hold me." So I start going up and I'm like, "This is a bad idea." Cuz like I just another thing that I guess kind of makes me scared of it is I'm scared of structural sc- structural ah like structures not being sturdy. You know what I mean? Like I hate shelves. Like this thing, I had an anxiety attack putting this thing up because I kept thinking it was gonna fall and everything was gonna fall with it. I'm scared to that like if you put a heavy box on a shelf, I'm not looking at it for the rest of the time. It's just so scary. Like my desk, putting my PC on my desk, even though I know it's sturdy, like I'm just not. I guess it's more like an anxiety thing, but like going up into the attic, I'm always thinking like I'm gonna fall through and just go straight down. That's just me.
The the one thing with heights I learned was this was on the playground because you know all the cool kids could jump from the top of the platform of
Yeah.
the thing down
Mhm.
without you know touching anything. And the way I thought of it, because when my friends thought of it, how tall are you? This is very crucial for the what I'm about to say. There's no making fun
I'm
of.
gonna be generous and say 5'4".
Okay, so you're 5'4". That
Yep.
means your eye level is like 5'2", like where
Okay.
your eyes are like
Yeah.
5'2". So what the height you see is plus 5'2". So like you can only be like 3 feet off the ground when you jump.
Right.
But what you're seeing is like 6 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And then when you actually jump, it's not that tall.
That's why a lot of people squat.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I learned because I squatted down. I'm like, oh, then we're not that high up, so I just jump.
Okay.
So
Um.
the next time you go up in the attic, just squat on the ladder.
No, dude, it's still kind of freaky. Still, you're making me yawn. You just made me yawn, you ass. Okay. Next question is craziest thing you've ever done.
Oh my God, Ken.
Do you have anything crazy that you've done?
So I didn't technically. What ended up happening, I didn't technically do, but I was involved in it.
Okay.
Um, so we used to have growing up one of the biggest things we would do with like my cousins and like his friends or my friends and stuff. We would just have bonfires because we had a lot, like we had a big thing of land.
Mhm.
Because like my family used to live like all next to each other, so we had just big, basically
Yeah.
just had a giant backyard.
Yeah.
And so one night we had a really big one. Like I'm talking like 3 pallets on each side, like stacked up like a teepee,
Okay. Yeah.
and just like a bunch of wood and like a bunch of grass, but anything that would start the fire.
Mhm.
And we doused this thing in gas. Like we
Okay.
we took the top off the can and just
Yeah.
poured it, and it was soaked. And then we were like, it was me and my uncle and my cousin, and we were like, oh, how are we gonna start it? And my uncle smoked still at that time,
Mhm.
and he was like, oh, go use the lighter.
Mhm.
And I had helped him set it up. This is the part where it's like, I didn't directly do it.
Okay.
My cousin went with the lighter, and he went, and as soon as he touched a part of the pallet,
Oh God.
whoosh,
Yep.
just big inferno. He threw the lighter into it,
Okay.
and he ran back to us, and he goes, "Where's my lighter?" And like just perfect comedic timing. Like you can't make up like
Yeah.
how the timing was. As soon as my uncle goes, "Where's my lighter?" We heard, "Pa!" in the fire because it blew up in
It
the
blew
fire.
up.
So that's the one I can think of because I always remember
Yeah.
that fire.
Okay.
We had so many. That's the
Mhm.
one I remember though.
I had a good this happened like maybe a year or two ago. My dad and I were trying to start a fire in the fire pit we built in the backyard, and it wouldn't light. So he took the leaf blower and he started blowing the embers to try and light it. And so like the sparks were flying
Mm.
everywhere, and so I thought it was a good idea to jump over the pit repeatedly as the sparks were flying. I do have a video of it, which is great. Um, but yeah, I love fire. Um, I can't think of many things. I mean, I guess it's not the craziest thing, but like I was on Jersey Shore. I was on America's Got Talent. Like, I guess
Mhm.
that's fine. One snow day, the one I can think of is one snow day. It was snowing really bad, and we had off of school. And I used to live on a dead end street, but connected to that was one really busy street and one not so busy street, and they're both hills. And so my friends and I, we grabbed like our snowboards that we had, we locked in, and we went down this huge, huge hill, which was basically just a street, but it was kind of like a snow hill, like a mountain that you go skiing or snowboarding on. And I took out my GoPro and we were just like kind of swerving in and out on the street. I thought that was pretty cool. I guess that could be one of the craziest things. Like yeah, I'll put that. That's the only one I could think of as of right now. I guess it was kind of on the spot, but
I have a crazy story from the times we were traveling to my one of my robotics competitions.
okay.
This was 2018,
Mhm.
and we were doing so. The way the robotics works, because sooner or later it's going to be talked about in this podcast.
Mm.
So I did first robotics, and the
Okay.
way that works is we're in the Mid Atlantic District because that's New Jersey, PA, and Delaware.
Okay.
Um, and like you do district competitions, then you go to district championship, and then if you do that well at those all things, you go to the world championship.
Okay. Oh shit.
What you can do is you can go to an out of district event. Like
Mhm.
you can go to a different district. Obviously, you have to be like accepted because
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
you don't you're taking away points from another team's district. Like it doesn't count for us, but it counts for them.
Right.
So we got into one in Virginia,
Okay.
the Chesapeake district.
Wow.
So we went down, and there was a nor'easter
Okay.
coming to the East Coast, and we went down. This trip, this will make sense later, only takes like 2 hours, because like Northern Virginia only should take like 2 hours to get
Right
there.
from where you were. Yeah.
And like there was like during the week there was some like, hey, like this competition like might get canceled, like it might
Mhm.
not. We don't know. We get to Friday because we have to leave to go
Yeah.
there, and they're like, we're still going. I didn't hear anything.
Oh
We're like,
god.
all right.
Great.
So basically, there's two buses. One bus had mainly students. That's the one I was in.
Mhm.
And then the other bus had students, but also had the robot and everything else in it.
Okay.
All of our stuff. So we head down there,
How many
and
people are on your team?
we were a smaller team. We
Okay.
had, I think, probably with mentors, maybe like 22 to 24 people.
That's a small team?
There are teams in California that have like 100 people,
Are you serious?
100 students.
Wow.
So,
Okay, so you got your bus is pretty
yeah, the buses are pretty full.
okay.
Um, and we go down, and at some point we get separated. I forget how. Oh, I remember how. Because we knew that one of the bridges was closed because of the storm.
Okay.
Our bus knew that.
Yes.
So we went a different way.
Okay.
The other bus didn't.
With all your stuff on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this was in Maryland. So
Great.
what ended up happening was this was getting late,
Mm.
and we got word from the other buses like we can't get through until tomorrow morning, the day
Oh
of the event.
shit.
The day of the event. So by some coincidence, one of the mentors who was driving that bus lived in Maryland.
Really?
So he was, yeah, like he's from Maryland. He like
Yeah.
worked in New Jersey, and he goes, "We're gonna stay at our house or at
Mhm.
my house." We had gotten past that, so we were
Right.
still going.
Okay.
So we were going, and we get to this stretch of number one. We get to the stretch of woods, which is
Okay.
literally like you would see like Jason or Michael in these woods. Like, oh my god.
Like fucking weird, creepy.
Then we get onto like the main, like when you're going down like the White Horse Pike or something, it's like stores, malls, that kind of thing,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
gas stations, all that kind of stuff. We get to that point in like the drive, and the power is out like everywhere.
Like gas
Like there's
stations
no
are closed,
gas stations are full because there's cars sitting in them, like people are waiting there, and
wow.
like just a stretch of road where there like nothing was working, nothing was on, there was no power, nothing, and it was like that for like an hour down
That's
this road.
crazy.
Then we finally find like area with like service and stuff, and we get to a Wawa. So we stop
The
and
promised land.
yeah, the promised land. We get to a Wawa and we
Yep.
get there, and we have to all call our parents. We're like, look, here's the situation.
This is what's
'Cause, like,
happening.
this is at this point we're like 2 hours like past when we were supposed to get there,
Right.
and so we get to in the Wawa, and we call our parents to say, we're alive. We're here. It's just taking a little longer with the storm. And they're like, okay, it's better to take longer with a storm than just
Of
try
course.
to fly through it.
Yeah.
We get back into the van,
Mhm.
and one of our mentors who stayed with the van to figure everything out and stuff, she got a call from our lead mentor
Okay.
that said the hotel does not have power. The hotel that we have booked
Yes,
does not have power.
of course.
So we need to find another hotel.
That's fucking crazy. Even though you had a
So
reservation, you still
yeah,
can't go.
they honored like the next night,
Mm-hmm.
like for like the Saturday and the Sunday part.
Mm.
But like for the Friday night, like we needed a place. So we find this place, right? And
Oh no.
and we get there and like we had the batteries for the robot. And the batteries are like they're like this big. They're like
Mm-hmm.
the big like smaller than a car battery but like pretty big. They're like 12-volt
Yeah.
batteries.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and we get there. So the other thing that made this even better was that when we got to the hotel, we realized, oh my god, the bill of materials isn't done. To give some context
Okay.
on what that is, prior to like the past few years, you had a budget for what you could spend.
Okay. On each
So
robot or
yeah, on
on
each robot.
transportation too.
No, just the robot.
Okay.
Whatever the team does, that's because some of them are schools, some of them are community. Mine was community.
Okay.
The schools would just cover like that doesn't matter.
Okay.
But the bill of materials you had to present while you were getting inspected to
Okay.
make sure you were
Yeah.
legal.
Of course.
That wasn't done.
Oh, the
So
night before the event.
we get there. This is like 11 o'clock at night. Like this
Yeah.
2 hour drive is turned into a 6 hour drive.
That's fucking crazy.
And so we have to do this. And one of our mentors, like we went with like 2 or 3 mentors. The other two went to sleep.
Hmm.
One was staying up because you've been on school trips before. That is like overnight.
Yeah.
What's the biggest rule?
Don't be the first to sleep.
Well, the biggest rule that the mentors and teachers put in place.
Lights out by something.
Well, yeah, like that. The other one is no guys and girls in the same room.
Oh, that. See, I've
And
only been on one overnight trip. It was for a track meet, and it was a girls' relay. So
okay.
I wasn't. Okay.
So our rules were you could have them in the same room, but obviously not after lights out.
Hmm.
And then the door had to be open. Like it had to, like
Right.
not like open, but like had to be like propped open.
Yeah.
So she was so tired because she's the one who drove all day.
Right. Of course.
So she goes, "All right, look, I trust you guys. All right, look, I trust you." Then, so like the guys were on the floor. I remember like I was sitting on the floor. The girls were on the bed doing it. We were just
Yeah.
there, like giving our input. And she looks at us and goes, "Don't do anything stupid." We're like, "Okay." And then she looks at the girls and goes, "Don't have sex with the guys," and then leaves. And then the last part that made it all come together is that we had to put the chargers in our room. Me and my one friend who had the room,
Yeah.
we had to put the chargers in there, and the chargers are really bright because it needs to tell you like if it's red it's bad, green it's green. So we had the northern lights on our ceiling all night,
That's awesome.
but we ended up doing pretty
Dude,
good at that event. But that's like the craziest like story, like trip. Like that's crazy. Like that was crazy.
Hours. Oh my god. I would.
Trip is embedded into my memory.
I would. Oh my god. Yeah, I've only had one overnight school trip, and it wasn't really like a school trip. It was more just for like a sports trip. Since I live more north, I came down to Lake Harbor, and had a track meet there for 2 days. It was 2 nights, 3 days, I think. Got there Friday, left Sunday. Yeah, got there Friday, left Sunday, and yeah, I didn't have anything like that. There was no snowstorm or anything.
Yeah, no, I like for the robotics, like we would go because a lot of them, the main ones you went overnight for were the district championship because that was 3 days.
Mm,
It was 3 days at Lehigh University in Stabler Arena. That's where we would compete.
right.
But like all the other ones were pretty local. We were pretty centralized.
Hmm.
Like where our team was located. So like all of them, I think the longest ones we would have were just like an hour and a half away.
Okay.
It was mainly over like if it was 2 hours or plus, we would stay in a hotel. Like we went to that Virginia one a couple times, and then we went to Connecticut
Okay.
my last year. So
Dude, that's a school trip I took once was from northern Jersey to Philadelphia, and it was like a 3 hour bus drive, and we spent the whole day in Philadelphia, and then we drove back right after, and it's like I was so dead. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
the,
story's
the the main thing
crazy.
too was like, yeah, we would have like events like where we would have to drive like in the morning and then at night, but
Mm,
like it was because like it's multi-day.
yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Like the competitions, a normal competition is Saturday and Sunday.
Mm,
Friday night you go load in Saturday, Sunday,
right.
and then like the district championship you go load in Wednesday, compete Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So like it's
Okay.
the world championships like the whole week.
So yeah, it makes more sense for you to stay over. That's crazy. But you did good at the event.
We did pretty good. I think we won an award, but I forget which award. Maybe,
Team with the most struggle.
yeah. We compete. We got there.
Yeah.
Well, the story we got there.
And you got the bill of, was it bill of
Yeah, the bill of materials done. Yeah.
mm,
Um, kind of got off on a little tangent there. What's your next question?
that's okay. Next question is, what if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I feel like we've talked about this before.
We have with the would you rather question that we were playing the other night. It was like, would you rather get your favorite food tattooed on you or never have it again?
All right. So just for clarification, like, do you have to get it from the same place, or it just has to be the same food,
Same meal, like
same meal? Okay.
so like let's say you say spaghetti and meatballs, you can make it, you can get it from 5 different places as long as it's, just your favorite meal. So like you can go to different Italian restaurants and get spaghetti and meatballs. It doesn't have to be from the same place unless it's so good from one place that you'd rather have that forever.
I'm gonna say cheesesteak.
Okay.
Cheesesteak. My answer changes a lot.
You're a big Philly guy, obviously.
Cheesesteak, because
Cheesesteak
like
is
a good cheesesteak will cheesesteak and fries.
that was aggressive.
Because it's part of the meal.
Okay.
Yeah, cheesesteak and fries.
There wasn't a time limit on it. You could have added it after.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to make that clear.
Okay. It's clear.
What about you?
Um buffalo wings.
Really?
Yeah. I love buffalo wings. I love B-dubs, Applebee's,
I was about to say Applebee's.
Applebee's. I Here's a quick sub question. Are you a drum or a flat kind of guy or boneless? Drum, flat, or boneless?
1 to 3.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm going 1 to 3.
Okay.
um,
I
I didn't
thought
just
that was
want
a
to.
question.
I didn't just want to say the three,
Okay.
and then just like you be like, yeah, that's what I said. Like I'm ranking them 1 to 3.
Okay, I
Um,
understand.
flat boneless drum,
Really?
because those are wings. You say fried chicken, drum, like drum, like body part,
Yeah,
like yeah.
I got you. Um, Flat drum boneless. I'm not a huge fan of boneless. Like, I'll get them at Applebee's, but they're not my go-to. And the only reason why I don't get traditional wings at Applebee's is because it's not on the half apps menu, and it's very upsetting to me. And I just want to make it very clear that it is very upsetting to me.
Shout out half apps.
Shout out half apps, still a good spot, but still, like I'll get buffalo sauce on my wings, my traditional wings, but I'm not gonna get them on boneless. I don't like it on boneless. It's weird.
Mhm.
Anywho, I would say that or no, I'd say that. I can even go for some right now. I just had lunch. Um, okay. What is your dream car? This is a tough
Lam-
one for Frank.
a, a Lamborghini Aventador.
Really?
That's the dream.
Okay.
I'd say Aventador, any type of Ferrari,
Okay.
and an Audi R8.
Ooh. Are you choosing three? Is that what we're doing?
One, two. I just did a one, two, three. Like
Hmm.
if you just have one, like that's fine. But
I'll do two, I think. No, I'm gonna do three.
my car.
Porsche 911 GT3.
Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful car. Second one is a BMW M2, but the new one. So like the 2023, 2024. The old ones are nice, but I don't like the M3s, M4s. They're not the grill's not my favorite. Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
Okay. The grill on the M2 is just perfect, especially in that light
Okay.
blue
Yeah.
color.
Okay.
Oh, that light blue color or that racing red. Fire. Um, my third one would be a Lamborghini Urus. I think those are so cool. And like a brown, like a matte brown, like Travis Scott's or something like that. It's so sick. Um,
Lamborghini Urus.
you said Lamborghini Aventador. I feel like I need to have like a mom car, you know?
The mom car pulls up in a Lamborghini Urus.
Okay. Next one is favorite subject in school, past or present.
Gym class.
Gym?
It's gotta be.
Dude,
I had favorite teachers.
the name of our podcast is Lunch Money. You're saying gym?
That's
That's
lunch is
crazy.
not a class. I
It's,
wish it was,
it's a subject.
but put it. No, it's not. It's not on your report card.
It is actually, but there's
What
just
kind
no
of
grade.
weird ass school did you go to that lunch was on your
It
report
said
card?
lunch. It said lunch. It listed the periods of the day, and lunch was on there. Obviously, you didn't get a grade, but it
That's a
was.
schedule.
Huh?
That's called a schedule.
I understand, but on the report card, it listed the periods on the report card, and lunch and recess were on there.
Oh, so your school was lazy.
Okay. I'm gonna
You
go.
can't sit here and tell me that you legitimately got lunch on your report card.
I didn't get a grade. It just said it on there.
But it was on your report card?
Yes.
Weird ass school.
Okay. I'm
Can
gonna.
can answer me this? Answer me this.
Yeah.
Did your report card look like your schedule? I rest my case.
I'm gonna go with a brisk science on this one. No, I didn't. I would say math.
I would have said science. See, if you said favorite teacher,
Mm.
that changes things.
Okay.
But favorite class is gym.
What would be your favorite teacher? You don't have to say
My
the name.
favorite all-time teacher was my
Mm.
fifth grade. Because, like,
Digital photography. Digital photography is my favorite class. Thank you.
that's a good
Sorry.
one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Or ceramics, but continue. Favorite
Wood
teacher.
shop.
Not. I didn't
Um,
have wood shop.
I did. I did in high school. It was great.
I had
Um,
ceramics.
wood shop and gym are tied. Wood shop and gym
Okay.
are tied. Um, my favorite teacher was my fifth grade teacher. Because she was like, you know how like in fifth grade, like you go to some other classes, but you mainly like stay like in your class.
That was me in sixth grade. Fifth grade, I stayed.
Oh, in fifth grade you had one teacher for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see, for me in fifth grade, I had like my English and like homeroom and like some one other thing
Mm.
was
We
um
would move either like if you had the English homeroom, you would move for math. But if you had the math homeroom, you'd move for English.
yeah. So
Yeah.
my fifth grade teacher was my homeroom and my English teacher, and then she was something
Like
else. I
social
forget what it
studies
was.
or something like that.
No, I moved for social studies. I moved for science.
Really?
Um, moved for math.
Mm.
But no, like my fifth grade teacher, Miss Alcorn. I love that lady so much. A literal, she is. I love her so much. We went to fun story. We went to a board meeting. Have you ever been to a board of education meeting?
No?
We went because we she had told us.
Okay.
She told her students, she was like, she got very emotional. She was like, they're doing budget cuts. Me and two other people are getting fired at the end of the year. Right?
That's so sad. And you're in
I
fifth
know.
grade?
Yeah. And she told us
That's like
the
trauma.
entire class and our parents went to that board of education meeting. We spoke. I spoke. Me and my friend cried in
Oh.
front of like the board.
Mm,
She was the only teacher that didn't get fired, and she's still there.
really?
Yep.
That's crazy. What about the other, like, two or three teachers?
Oh, one was the guidance counselor that no one liked, so no one was
Okay,
fighting for
cool.
her. And the other one was like, I forget who the other one was,
Okay.
but I know for a fact it was her and the guidance counselor that no one liked.
Shit, you changed her life.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna be in her will.
I'm her favorite student.
Is that so?
I always walk in and I'm like, favorite student's here.
That's what someone that isn't a favorite student would do. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, you saved her job, so I'm sure you're her favorite student.
We're up there. We're
Yeah,
at least up there
we
in the
up.
all time
We up.
in the all time students.
Um, okay. Next one would be your favorite season. I'll go first on this. It's that middle of like summer and fall. Like
You
like when
know?
football's starting, but it's still warm enough to go surfing, but it's cold enough in the mornings that like you can wear flannel.
Yeah, like my season, like my favorite season is not like a season.
Yeah, it's like the middle,
Like,
right?
I like when like, the end of the week is like cold. It's like chilly,
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
like cold, but there's a breeze. It's like
Like
50s.
you could wear you could
You
wear pants with a t-shirt or you could wear a sweatshirt with shorts.
yeah. And then like, the beginning of the week you still got some remnants of summer and you can still do
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like that part of like so I
Where
would
it's
say that's
like August, September. I would say
August,
September.
September, October.
Okay. Okay.
Because I do like Halloween. I do like the
Okay.
things with Halloween. I do like
I do
Halloween.
like Halloween too. Wait. Okay, September, October I'll take because like
It's not my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday is Christmas.
my favorite
But
holiday is Halloween.
Halloween's second, I would say.
But yeah, like it's warm enough where you can still go surfing and you could still wear shorts, but it's cold enough in the mornings and at night where like you could wear a sweatshirt, you could wear pants, football starting, um, shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page with this. That's fantastic, actually. See, I'm learning so much, and you're learning about me.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. If you could go back in time, would you, and when?
See, me and my boss had this conversation the other day. It's like, you know, you would love to go back in time to see things, but like, for example, you would love to go back in time to see like Pompeii, but
Okay.
like,
You'd fucking
can
die.
you
Sorry.
can
You'd
you can
die.
you can you choose when you're going, or like do you just go and like
Hope for
hopefully
the
you don't
best.
land on that day? So like, are we just
It's
like going back, or like?
no. It. If you can go back in time, would you, and to when? So I guess you could say like where and when if you
I'd
want to choose
say
like a time
like
period.
a date. Like so like, if you want to go
Do
back to
what you
Pompeii,
want.
like you're
Yeah.
not choosing, Vesuvius Road. Okay.
Yeah. Do what you want to do. This is your life. Live it.
Mine's kind of just like a time period. I want to go back to the Roaring Twenties.
Whoa, Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you be old money, new money?
Well, see, I've always thought of it like you go back with like all the money you have now, because like that's a
Okay.
lot of money.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like if
Totally.
you went back with like $10,000,
Like
Like your
you're
neighbors,
chilling.
like your neighbors with Gatsby.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. I was
so if I
gonna.
can bring back like a undisclosed sum of money
Hmm.
and like use it there, yeah, I'm going back to the
Okay.
1920s. Then getting out of there in 1928,
Okay.
right before the 30s, because
Yes.
there's a the big
I
sad happened,
the big sad, big sad.
the Great Depression,
Oh,
the big sad.
the big sad. That makes sense. No. I was gonna say 2016, but I feel like that's such a stupid answer now. That you said roaring 20s, and I'm saying something like 8 years ago. Um, 2016 was 8 years ago. That's crazy.
I'm happy with the memories of 2016. I'm happy with the
I want to relive it though. 2016 hit diff. But if I had to choose like a time period, um, I would say I would say the 60s.
uh,
Yeah, the 60s or 70s. Um, my kind of like my mom and dad's kind of time. Um, because it just seems so cool like when they talk about it. Um,
what's the year of Stranger Things 3?
um,
Like when they're at the mall,
Hold on, I'll
the
look it
my
up really quick. Such a good show though too. Stranger Things season 3 time what time period?
yeah, like a year. Because like which season I'm talking about, like the mall.
1985.
Yeah, like the mall.
Late June and early July of 1985.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like when they're all like with their hair and like updos and everything and like wearing the neon clothes and stuff. That'd be fun. But yeah, 2016 or 1960s. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my extracurricular um questions that I thought of last minute. Favorite TV show of all time? One just right off the top of your head, doesn't have to be your absolute favorite.
Best show, Breaking Bad. Best written show, Barry.
Barry? What is that?
Do you have eight? Sorry, do you have Max?
I do.
Watch Barry.
Okay.
It's with Bill Hader. Bill
Cool.
Hader.
Yep.
You don't know who Bill Hader is, do you?
No.
Look, you you'll know who it is.
I probably will.
Um, Best written show is Barry. Best show I've ever seen is Breaking Bad.
Okay. I would say best show The Office. Best written show The Office. No. I can't think of like a best written show that I'm like absolutely in love with. I really like The Bear. I know it's a newer show and like everyone's on like The Bear craze because it's winning all these awards. I watched it before season 2 came out. So I'm like a real one on The Bear, but I think it's really well written. It really captures the essence of a kitchen. It's a great show if you haven't seen it. It's on Hulu, but I would say best show or my favorite show is The Office. Best written show is The Bear. Favorite movie? I know we
Interstellar.
talked. Okay, we've talked about this with the quotes. Um, Fight Club for me. Favorite artist? I have 3 that I think would be yours.
Post Malone.
Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, Panic at the Disco. Nailed it right on the head,
I don't know.
kids.
I don't know if Panic at the Disco would be top three.
What would be the third if not Panic?
Third interchanges.
Okay, third.
Post Malone and Morgan Wallen are there.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a certain day, it could be like Luke Combs. On another day, it could be like Travis Scott.
Yeah, I would
You know,
go. I would go Ian
Party.
Dior. Party. Ian Dior, Machine Gun Kelly, Travis Scott. And last but not least, since we're coming to the end of this episode, is there a Central Jersey?
No.
Thank you. Thank you. There's no such thing as Central Jersey.
There's no Central
Governor,
Jersey. Argue it. There's no Central
Governor,
Jersey. Argue with the wall.
I keep talking when you're talking. Say that again.
There's no Central Jersey. Argue with the wall.
Argue the wall.
Argue with a wall.
Yeah, Governor Phil Murphy, you don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, you are seeing things because there's no such thing as Central Jersey. As soon as you go over the Raritan, you're in South Jersey. It's just that. That's it. Best bagel shop? I don't know.
I'm from South Jersey. That's not a...
Okay. Oh, you're not a... Okay. I feel you. Do you have any questions that you would like to bring up before we close it out? Cool. Awesome.
I'm thinking.
Let him cook. You've got to have like one.
I know. I'm just trying to think. You can time this out.
It's alright. We're just hanging out right now. We're having a good time. While Frank's thinking, I'll just let you guys in on a little secret. Frank and I are going out Friday, and we're going partying. So, next episode, if anything exciting happens, we'll let you guys know about it. It's gonna be so much fun. Frank never goes out. Not in a bad way, in a responsible way. And, yeah, that should be fun. The Super Bowl is coming up this weekend, too. So Frank and I are going to head over to our good friend's house and watch that.
Hey,
Frank...
James.
Hey, James. Hey, Melly. Yeah,
Oh my God! Why is this so hard?
We're hurting Frank's head. Why don't we
No,
pick this
but I
back
want to
up?
ask. I want to ask a question.
Just literally anything.
Oh, I got one. I can't believe I didn't think of it. Okay, would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games, or unlimited games, but no games?
I can't believe I made this mistake.
Shout out Jay Schlatt. I love you.
I cracked the code on this already. I don't need to say it again. But the negative connotations...
Ken. I'm just letting you know. The subreddits will go wild if anybody gets a hold of this, either on Jay Schlatt's subreddit or the Chuckle Sandwich subreddit. So I would choose what you say very carefully.
Dude, it cancels out games, unlimited games, but no games. So games and no games cancel each other out, so you have unlimited games, and that's it. So the question then becomes, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games where you could also have bacon? So the answer to this question is, I would rather have games, unlimited games, but no games. Case closed. I'm taking a nap.
Hey, bye, everybody.
So yeah, that was my fun little thing to do for this episode. I hope everyone enjoys it. Yeah, it's just something for you guys to get to know us. I'm excited to see what Frank brings up next week, or next recording, I should say. But I hope he's as generous with his pick as I was today.
No.
No. Okay. I just want to make sure. But now you guys know a little bit more about us, which we're happy to have. And if you guys want to answer the questions too in the comments, go right ahead. Just comment them down below if you have any arguments. Oh shoot! If you have any arguments about our answers to some of these, go right ahead and post those too. Literally any interaction is great. But yeah, we will see you on the next episode. Super Bowl Sunday is this weekend. So next episode we'll be talking about that as well. But Frank, do you have anything to close
Probably
off
not.
of? Okay.
Depending on who wins, we're probably not going to talk about it at all.
Oh, we're talking about it.
Okay.
We're talking about it.
I don't know who this we is.
Yep.
You got a French mouse
Also,
in your pocket.
Taylor Swift announced her next album. Frank left. I don't know if you heard that, but Frank left. Oh, he's back.
Are you still talking about Taylor Swift?
No.
Okay, good.
All right, thanks for everyone for watching, and follow us on our socials. We appreciate you, and we will catch you on the next episode. Say bye, Frank.
Bye.
Bye.